After the tragic news of Henry Cavill departing The Witcher after season 3, I didn't think the Witcher franchise could really sink any lower. And then The Witcher Blood Origin comes along, on Christmas no less, and it's like, ha ha ha, you thought that was gonna ruin the franchise? Ha 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 ha, hold my beer. Or hold my eggnog? Christmas thing? I'm late for Christmas. I should have known this was going to be bad. I mean, who releases the show on Christmas Day? A non-Christmas related thingy on Christmas Day. That's crazy. That's self-sabotage. Someone at Netflix must have watched it and gone, oh my god, oh, this is awful. Oh, we've got to push this under the rug. Release it on Christmas. Everyone will forget it's out. We won't advertise it and it will just disappear. And then when The Witcher Season 3 comes out, people will be like, huh, it was an origin series. I didn't see it. And then, you know, they might see it, but we've got them back with Season 3. Because we've lost them right now. We've lost Henry Cavill and we've lost the audience. We can't release this and have people watch it because our franchise will be over. It will be over. Like Henry Cavill leaving, franchise killer. This show, somehow, a worse franchise killer. Somehow. I can't believe how bad it is. So grab your leftover eggnog and put your feet up and let's discuss the death of the Witcher franchise. This might be one of the most disappointing, aggressively bad pieces of anything I've seen in a long time. I love the Witcher universe, but this is just so ordinary, so painful. It's just so badly written. The script is just atrocious. Some of the actors are doing a pretty good job, but even when they're doing, like, you know, like a character I like with a performance I'm enjoying, they'll get given such horrible pieces of dialogue that you just can't help but just be like, oh, like you don't want to look at the screen. I was like physically unable to look at the screen at some of the characters at points. I was just like, it actually hurt my soul. The only positive is that it's only 4 episodes. So if you just kind of want a bit of Witcher stuff and you're kind of mildly curious, there's only 4. You only have to sit through 3-ish hours of this. But honestly, it feels like a drag. Somehow it is so overly stuffed, like they're trying to do like 15 different things, and it's so underdeveloped. Like we have our 7 heroes, and they're on a journey, and they're all joined together like a big old Fellowship of the Ring situation, but it's a Fellowship of the Stop a Big Magical Bad Guy who's like, I want all the power! You've seen him before in everything. Every character has like a moment where there's like hints at this really interesting backstory and this really interesting character where you're like, oh, okay, this could be really cool. And then like the next scene happens and you're like, I feel like I've missed like 3 episodes. The development of all the characters and the story is so rushed. It's kind of like insane. Like there's this really weird whiplash you get. Like almost every single scene, you feel like you've missed 3 scenes. Like at one point, one guy's talking to another guy and he's like, oh, this lady, I met her in the mist and now we're in love and she looked into my soul and she loves me now. And I was like, what do you mean? I don't think they've talked since that mist scene. Like, what's he even talking about? Like, it feels like it had to be 8 to 10 episodes, but they crammed it all into 4 and they still kept like the start, middle and end, but they got rid of like everything in between. It is so bloated. It is so overstuffed with so many interesting, amazing concepts. But because every single one of them is like underutilized and underdeveloped, everything sucks and everything falls flat. And even the main 2 characters, which we focus on the most, they are still super underdeveloped. It feels like when you watch one of those big blockbuster movies and you're like, this is a book that should have been made into a series. But this is a series, but they just made it too short. It's really weird. Like, it's just baffling to me. This needed to be 8 to 10 episodes or just a movie, or maybe even like an animated movie. I really liked that animated movie they released on Netflix. It was like 80, 90 minutes and it was kind of pretty breezy, pretty quick in and out, and we only really focused on 1 or 2 characters, but that didn't kind of feel rushed and underdeveloped. It's like, yeah, I knew what I was stepping into, a 90-minute movie. Whereas when you step into a TV series, the expectation is that you're going to get to know these characters better and they're going to be more developed. And also there's this narration that just keeps going. Like every time one of the, new Fellowship come on, the narration just goes, and then there was 2, but now there's 3. Ooh, now there was 4, but now 5. And I'm like, I know, I'm watching the show. Like the narration would just keep coming in and being like, whoa, while this character deals with this whole thingy, there's a man who's hunting the hunted. And I'm like, I see, he's got the wanted poster. I know, like I'm watching the show. You don't need to. it's like they know that you're watching, but you're actually on your phone. So you're actually not looking at the screen because you're playing a game on your phone because it's so bad. And like a scene will happen and you look up and you're like, oh, I missed it. Did that guy have a wanted poster? Who was that wanted poster for? And so the narration is like, just in case you're on your phone, this is actually what's happening. Every now and then I'd be like, this action scene's not terrible. I'm having a bit of fun. But then there'd be like one too many like CGI blood splatters where you're just kind of like, if you're putting the effort in to get everyone on set, choreograph the fights, get them all these beautiful costumes, these big epic landscapes, these big amazing castles and all these, beautiful, fantastical kind of, situations and locales and all this stuff, you can't just get one guy on set to like shoot some real blood, just make me feel like I'm in a universe that doesn't feel cheap and hollow. That feels like the most nitpicky thing, but it's just like that little things you start to notice because you're only there for the spectacle and the awe, because every time all the action and set pieces stop and people talk, oh boy, the Witcher franchise hits in trouble. It's gonna, season 3 is gonna need to be fantastic, and maybe they should just end it there. I mean, they won't, but maybe they should. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below. I would love to know, did you watch The Witcher Blood Origin? Why? I said not to. Do you hate yourself? I do too. That's why I do. Sometimes you just need to, teach yourself a lesson and punish yourself. I wanted it to be good though, but it wasn't.